You could be the 7th best player in the whole world, like literally 7th best player. But if you're playing with the other 6, you're the sucker. You are the worst player in the game, right? Yeah. So like there's a lot of players, for example, like the Dan Bilzerians of the world, right? He's not a top level player like, these guys you see on TV, but he probably makes more money than they do because he plays with people that are far below his skill level. So part of the skill of being a poker player is finding situations where you're profitable, regardless of your skill level.
Another connection to life. You think Dan Bilzerian is telling the truth about having made, $50-100 million? Just a huge amount of money playing poker.
Considering what I know about the private games and the types of players who play in these private games and the stakes that they play, I absolutely believe, Dan has made, I don't know how many millions, but whether it's 50 or whatever, but it wouldn't surprise me that if you play in these games within a year or you find the right businessman who has way too much Bitcoin money, and in one night you take him for 20 million, I absolutely could see it. I don't see any reason why. Listen, where he got his money initially, that's up to interpretation from his father or whatever, but has he made a bunch of money playing poker? Absolutely, no question.
Do you feel like, as somebody who loves the game, do you think there's something almost ethically wrong in playing people much worse than you?
So yeah, that's a good question because, part of the reason I played poker and wanted to become professional was like I wanted to make my mother proud, right? And I don't think she would be proud of me taking like Grandma Betty's like last $5, and down the street, sending her broke and taking her pension check. So I play at the high stakes against people who can afford it. They know who I am. I'm not a hustler. I'm not pretending I'm bad at poker to squeeze in. Like I was thinking about this just yesterday because I played in a game that if I played that sort of role where a lot of guys do, pros that sort of play down their skill level, pretend they're just one of the guys. These guys can make $20-30 million in a year. Legitimately. Like I believe that like if I did that, if I said, I'm going to go down that path, get into these games in LA, and travel and do all this kind of stuff, I can make 20 million a year. But it feels a little greasy, right? I don't like to kiss anyone's ass. I don't like to ask it for anyone for a favor or things like that. So, but yeah, like I feel, listen, a rich guy who wants to sit down with $1 million and get drunk and lose it, I have no empathy for that. I'm like, I don't have any moral qualms with that whatsoever.
So if Grandma Betty is a billionaire,
send it, right? Absolutely, why not?